What's up, Gina?
Hey,
How are you, girl?
good. It's so fun to be here. Thank you, Lane.
I feel like we have, you're welcome. I feel like we have something in this water or something where the women that we have in the book all look younger than their actual biological age.
Yay, yay us.
You and Noelle and Brenda and all the people that have been on. So we are very, very excited to have you for a lot of reasons. You actually were transparently one of the first ones to kind of say yes to this thing from our last live event, and you weren't the first one to sign up, but you were ready to rock, and we are very very grateful. You've had amazing success in your personal life, your faith walk, and obviously your business as well. So if it's okay with you, we'll kind of hit on the trinity of Gina from all three of those different angles over the next 30 minutes together. Kind of talk about, your significant other, the man behind the brand that is Gina, your relationships with just everybody in your family, and then your extended family of all the people in your organization, which is very extensive. And you obviously are a phenomenal leader in what you're doing because of the dollar amount that's behind that. It's by helping enough people first that has done that. And then obviously we'll kind of lead off with and probably wrap up as well with the faith part because that's mainly what I think embodies your beauty is being God-centered and focused on doing that, and that's attracted a lot of the success that you've had. So is that cool if we kind of launch in all those with you?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So why don't we start kind of at the beginning of your chapter? You talked about one of the big lane changes that you had. Um, and so if you want to just kind of start the journey of kind of how you got in the direction of where you are now, we're going to kind of tease people with what you do. A lot of people watching this already know they're probably part of your organization or they might become it, but just kind of, how in the world did you end up getting to where you are now? What was a significant moment in your life?
Yeah, well, the cool thing is, well, first of all, I don't see myself, so I suppose I'm in the camera, right? I don't want to be like cutting my head
Yeah,
off
you're
or
no, you're perfect. You got joy right over your shoulder, which is
Oh
perfect.
yeah, hey man, it's my motto, choose joy.
That's
You'll
you. Yep.
have that in a little bit. So, kind of in a nutshell, I grew up in Montana. So, not a lot of Montanans, had four big brothers, and lived on a dude ranch. So, thank God I like to curl my hair and wear earrings. Not doing that is bad. It's just I like being a girly girl. And I had parents who were amazing entrepreneurs. So they made money, they lost money, and sometimes they'd make more money. Well, not sometimes, they always made more money. So I really learned at an early age being an entrepreneur wasn't scary. You lose it, you just make it again. And that's
Hmm.
kind of life. You get sick, you get better again, hopefully. So I wasn't fearful of creating myself. And my parents gave me that amazing strength and stamina and influence and integrity. Um, Kind of fast forward to what my passion is. My passion is health and wellness, but it took me like 30 years to get to living my passion. And I moved from Montana to California in the 80s, um, became an actor and a model because it was fun. I sort of fell into it and I got married a pastor, and I really thought that that was going to be my sweet, simple little life. Be a pastor's wife and then have the flexibility to act and model along the way. The big lane change happened in 2002. And, when we create a vision board, it just has all these amazing things on it. And we never put divorce or scandal on a vision board. And so that just never was in my mind. But, other people have other choices, and other people's choices can affect us dramatically and profoundly. And unfortunately, after 13 years of marriage, my husband decided to find greener pastures. And it wasn't just greener pastures, but it was a whole lot of scandal around it, especially in the church, as you guys can imagine.
Hmm.
And I was pushing 40. So I'm like, whoa, I'm going to be 40 years old. My husband has left. We really have no money. We hadn't saved money. We didn't own a house. We lived pretty modestly. And I had three cats. I always throw that in there. I had three, like,
Catwoman.
nice. Life is good. I don't have money. I don't know where I'm going to live. And I've got three cats. I'm a crazy cat lady. My strategy was to just sleep. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't go spend money. My coping mechanism was sleep. I'd sleep 18 hours a day. And I was eating bonbons, do the old bed and bonbons thing. And I realized after a month that's just going to get me more depressed and it's going to get me fat. And that strategy wasn't working. So I decided to stop being a victim and get help. So I got a really good therapist. I kind of started doing this personal development thing, which now I'm totally addicted to, and surrounded myself with amazing, strong people, godly people, wise people, healthy people. And because when trauma happens and rejection and abandonment and all that, if we don't allow other people to help us, then we can just be victimville forever, and it's a nowhere road. So dusted the dirt off my knees, got up and said, suck it up, Gina. You can take this crap and wear it as a stinky blazer everywhere you go and stink up the room every place you go. Or you can use it as fertilizer and grow roses, fragrant, beautiful roses. So I decided to take the crap and use it for fertilizer.
Very good.
Yeah. And so I had a dream way back when I was in 5th grade. I had a friend who was modestly overweight, maybe 7 pounds, but she got teased for being fat and chubby. And way back, and this was 1974, and I was a short, skinny, quiet kid, I thought, when I grow up, I want to help people not be overweight. And that's 1974. I didn't know what that would ever look like. But fast forward to 2002 and 2003, I thought, wow, I get to reinvent myself. Yuck happened, but now what do I want to do the second half of my life and really make a profound difference in society and bring God into it? And so after 15 years of acting and modeling, I retired, called all my agents and said this was fun, but I'm going a different course now. And I became a health coach. Even though I've never been obese, doesn't matter. It was in my heart that I wanted to help people. I know how to stay fit and healthy. So why not share that passion with others? And in 2005, started, and then very soon into it, just God really blessed my business. And he blessed it because I was out there talking to people and helping guide them through a process that really works. And at the same time, I sing. I was on a country band at the time, and I did a gig at a Christian fundraiser, and didn't know it, but was meeting my future husband there. So he was there as kind of a helper as well, and that was 2005. We just became good friends. Seriously, I thought I'd never get married again. It was too traumatic going through a divorce. But I had my list of deal breakers. So
there you go.
As we were golfing and doing stuff, I was like, oh, shoot, I think I like him. Dang it. So he loves the Lord. I love the Lord. He has a really good balance. He's very even keeled and stable. And I'm like, woo! So our strengths and our weaknesses, we really knew how to mesh those well together. So got married a year later, and I've been married for 10 years to the man of my dreams. And one of my lane changes when I was in my 30s is I really wanted a baby. When I was married before, I just was like, okay, it's time to have a baby. And went through a lot of fertility and stuff. My body just wouldn't make babies. And I was sad. That was a whole year of crying and learning to count my blessings rather than what I don't have. But when I married Andy, he had a junior high daughter who's a doll. And I always tell him if I were to design a daughter that I gave birth to biologically, she'd be exactly like Jenna. And so second time around, I got my bonus daughter. And I didn't have to go through the diaper phase. So
yeah. or the stretch marks.
I know, or the deprivation. So,
that's like not raising a puppy and getting a dog.
Yeah, I know. Right? So, life is good. And I heard Brenda a couple hours ago say, she's a very joyful person. She's one of my sweet friends. And people can tend to think that happy people just never had anything bad happen to them. And you've had speaker after speaker after speaker today prove that that ain't true. The
Hmm.
reason we all have smiles on our faces is because we make a choice to smile. And obviously, we have to deal with grief and sadness and pain and struggles. But when we hook our train to people like Lane and
Whoop, whoop.
yeah, it helps the journey. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And so I love being part of this tribe of people.
Very cool. And actually, if we can show people real quick,
We love having you here.
yeah,
Hey,
absolutely. So here's,
what's it
your
say? Oh, that's my
your
verse.
that's your chapter. So yeah, your verse and chapter real quick. The title of it is Do you enjoy life or are you living in joy? And there's a big difference in that. I think they go hand in hand. And then your quote is from Psalm 34:7-4, take delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart.
Yeah,
And I think you've seen that. I mean, we see you cruising around on your boat and everything. So you obviously have some desires of your heart that are, but I think what people don't realize is the results that we've created, whether it's physically or financially, are a result of really, really, really freaking hard work
yeah,
and everything that you're talking about. And one thing that I've really discovered, I lost 63 pounds at one point, from my heaviest, and so you help people with that, and it's not, we were just talking about with Noelle. She has a company that really empowers women with her clothing line, Half Tees and then Sign Noelle. And so, one thing that a scale cannot tell you, it tells you how much you weigh. It can't tell you the size of your heart. It can't tell you the amount of joy you have. It can't tell you how many people you've helped. It's just one barometer for physical health, right? And
exactly.
I think the same is true with success. You can look at the lives that you've impacted and the results that they have as one of the barometers. And if it were a scale, you've helped a lot of people. The number would be really high, which is a good thing from that standpoint, not necessarily for your weight, right?
Right, I know. I'm heavy
So,
and
but just share a little bit about, like, what does it mean to you? You obviously you have to be servant in your business. You have a huge team around the world, and yes, there's cool perks that come with it, and yes, you get to go on trips and do all these fun things. But why do you do what you do? Why are you such a dynamic leader? And kind of self-promotion type thing. If somebody's looking, sitting in Gina's position a couple years ago, down on their luck, whatever life happened, and they're sitting there sleeping 18 hours a day looking for something, and you're their savior, what message would you have for them?
yeah. Well, again, you can choose to be the victim or the victor. And that sounds simple, but part of like, okay, do I just want to wallow in my guck and, and just be woe is me and blah, blah, blah everywhere you go? Or do you want to rise above? Rising above, you can't do it by yourself. So, like I said before, when I surrounded myself with good people, I was reading great books. I was just listening to like Christian music and not secular music. I was super hyper focused and intentional on what went in my brain because I was just so discouraged on the other part when the lane change happened in 2002. And so the strategies and the kind of the action steps that I would share with people is really, first of all, know what your passion is. A lot of people don't even know what their passion is. They don't know
Mm-hmm.
what their skills and their strengths and their abilities are. And I coach a lot of clients on health and wellness. I coach some other clients on business building. And when I ask them, what's your strengths or your superpowers? Like I can rattle off 5 or 10 of mine. And I know Lane, you could too. Some people can't think of one. They can't think of
Mm-hmm.
one strength. And so that tells me like, man, either we're focusing on that's bragging or being proud, or they just never had the opportunity to kind of like go introspective. So knowing your strengths and knowing your superpowers is a good thing because that's what's going to attract them to other people. And then also having intention. What are your intentions of the day? Do you want to make 2 people smile? Do you want to help 3 people transform their health? Do you want other people to create abundance with their time or their money? So having those intentions of the day. And then the other part is putting action to it. Like, we always say positive thinking without positive action gives you positively nothing. So that whole, like, I'm just going to think positive thoughts, that doesn't, and let's take action. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Put some action to it and have accountability. That's the secret sauce, is mentors, accountability, so that when you feel like, I can do it tomorrow, or I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, you have other people that will hold your feet to the fire, kind of give you a kick in the tush, but also say, you're really awesome, dang it. Go live your purpose and your passion. Do it.
Yeah. So,
So,
so give us some keys. So there's a very strong correlation between fiscal health and physical health, right? And
absolutely.
your company approaches both, and you can help people with either one. But why don't you give us some of your, yeah, they're not secrets necessarily, because becoming successful is proven. You just follow plans. You guys have a proven plan, and losing weight or getting in shape or a couple percent body fat decrease or whatever it is, it's not really rocket science. It's pretty simplistic, but you are the expert. So do you want to share some of
Yeah.
your health techniques and strategies and your basic concept and philosophy for people that are out there maybe looking for something like that?
Absolutely. The first one, because obviously losing weight, everybody knows how to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
if like 99% of people know how to lose weight and 2/3 of our country is overweight, knowing is not good enough. So I
Sure.
always say, we hear knowledge is power. That's only half true. Knowledge applied is power. So whether people have, relationships in the toilet, or they're overweight, or they're not making any money, everybody knows how to have great relationships, how to make money and lose weight. So applying that knowledge is key. And the first step for, especially with my weight loss clients, is we got to get into the mindset before I ever give them any healthy habits of portion control, watch your sugars, watch the fats. It really is getting into the mindset. What are your belief systems? And really be honest. Do people think I don't deserve it? I had one client, she said her mom said, you'll be fat and ugly your whole life. And
Wow.
so she lived down to that horrible expectation. And
Sure.
so by surrounding herself with people that said, okay, is that true? Are you going to be, do you want to be fat and ugly your whole life? First of all, you're not fat and ugly. You're overweight and you're beautiful inside, and your outsides have some beauty. Let's make it even more beautiful. It's not about I'm ugly, overweight, and I'm pretty thin. We all have this beautiful essence about us. We just get to make it more beautiful. And that's not just with looks. It's with attitude, with
Sure.
energy. It's with how you treat people. I mean, we've all met really, really pretty people who treat other people like crap, and it just makes them instantly ugly. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to really, the first key is, what's your mindset? Do you have some stinking thinking? And, do you really believe you're hopeless? You're never going to be able to succeed in whatever? Or was that a lie someone told you a long time ago? And really getting to the root of, where did you first hear that? Did a teacher tell you that? A parent, a sibling? Um, I had a lot of mindset stuff. I didn't even know it. So in 2002, when you're rejected and abandoned by a person who swore they'd be with you till death do you part, then you're like, all the other bad stuff comes flowing in, right? And when I was little, the 8 ball was super popular. Remember the 8 ball?
Yeah.
You know, is Lane successful? Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, when my brothers did it for me, is Gina a dog? Yes, absolutely. Is
Yeah.
Art? No. Like, I didn't know my brothers were making that stuff up. I
Right.
believed 8-year-old
Huh.
girl. So when I grew up, I believed I was ugly and dumb. And I lived down to that. Like I don't even think my brothers realized it, or my parents. And when I went through personal growth, I'm like, wow, I really believe I'm dumb and ugly. So I did some reversal of that and realized, okay, they were just fooling around. They're just being boys. And our beauty comes from inside. Our wisdom comes from inside. Our knowledge, all that is up to me, not to what my brother said or what a teacher might say, or a parent in some people's cases. So I undid that, but I also had money mindset, um, limiting beliefs as well. I thought rich people were snobs and rich people were greedy. So when I started my health and wellness business and I hit 6 figures, I'd never made 6 figures before as a pastor's wife. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to become mean and greedy and like these awful people that have money. And a great mentor of mine just said, money doesn't change you, it makes you more of who you are. So, yeah, someone can be mean and greedy poor. If you're mean and greedy poor, you're going to be mean and greedy rich, unless you get help. If you're very giving and kind and generous poor with what you have, with your time, your skills, your abilities, you're going to be even more with money. And so, and it's true. My husband and I love giving large checks to missions and missionaries. We go on nice vacations that I would have never gone on when I was younger. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not about the money part. It's about how generous you are with everything with people in your lives.
Right. Exactly. And so, looks like ours jumped back on. Um, when you reached a certain level, did you plateau? Because in weight loss, it's, you can reach a plateau and then you've got to shift things up and change a little bit. And I think there's these competing beliefs about what's the best and healthiest way to do it. Is it paleo? Is it low glycemic? Is it Atkins type caveman diet? Is it whatever it might be? There's a lot of different philosophies. And the same is true with income. Once you hit six figures, did you have those limiting beliefs like, wow, I don't deserve this? You kind of mentioned that, but not only that, I should just kind of quit at this level. I've made it. I've done it. I don't deserve seven figures, or I shouldn't, or whatever it is. So what did you do to break through that? Because I think that's partly true. And then what are your goals? I know you've mentioned a couple of those, and there's nothing wrong with having big, abundant goals. So what are some of those before we kind of wrap up with some of the things that we can do to support and help you?
Well, yeah, I definitely got comfortable because we all have our
Hmm.
thermostat, right? I'm like,
Yep.
whoa, I'm making, $110,000. And I actually got very comfortable. And then but if you get comfortable, just like with weight loss, you're like, hey, I made my goal. And they start like eating more and more fats or more sugars or skipping meals or drinking more wine. The
Yep.
fat can go on. And when you get comfortable financially, if you're not always working forward, then you either plateau and usually you go back. And so, I just got really comfortable. And one of the things, and then it started to kind of dip back, right? Because I'm not putting all that effort that I put in when I was trying, like when I realized, wow, I can really go far with this. And so I just kind of had to regroup and create new goals. So when my weight loss clients reach their goal, I want to lose 30 pounds or 180 pounds, and they get to the goal, I'm like, great. Now at this new healthy weight, what are your new goals? If they don't have new goals of like, oh, maybe I want to take tap dance now, or I want to go hiking, or I want to take my grandkids to Hawaii and kayak. If they don't have new goals, then they're always going to go backwards to what was more familiar in those neural pathways. So it's always about having new goals. They don't have to be always big, huge, hairy, audacious goals. They can be little goals, then they get to the next one, the next one, and the next one. And it's pretty cool when they look back how far they've come just because they were making consistent effort to move forward. So I did that with my business too, and created multiple revenue streams because I get bored kind of easy. So I like having health and wellness revenue stream. I love having a business builder stream with a coaching company, and I love helping people with. I'm kind of doing a new thing now, which you don't even know, but with a really amazing skincare line. So I'm 53 years old. People ask me all the time, well, what do I do? Because, let's face it, I do look younger than 53 and I haven't been nipped and tucked. So I'm like, why not monetize that? So
Sure.
I'm monetizing that too. That'll be launching in a couple weeks or so. So
Very cool.
it,
That's awesome. But it's all encompassing. I mean, it's all going towards your vision of, empowering mostly women in your case to be healthy as a well-rounded approach, because it's one of the best things women and or men can learn is not to be reliant on a significant other to be the bank for them because God knows what's going to happen. Um, and so you've got to take personal responsibility in all of them. And so as we kind of transition, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, as we kind of wrap up, Gina, what what thoughts do you have? What last piece of advice do you want to give to the listeners, people that are out there either stuck in a rut, they're actually doing pretty well, they're driving forward, but they're not at 7 figures, they're at 6 or a high 6 instead of a lower 6, like 110. Or they're complacent in their health journey and they say, you know what, it's okay, it's the holidays, I can have a bottle of wine instead of 2 bottles of wine, so whatever it is. So anything within that context, what are some wisdom and pieces of advice you want to give to people as we kind of wrap this session up together?
Yeah, I say always find someone in your life who is richer than you, healthier, or as healthy, and in great relationship or better. So find people to hook your train to and to put into your tribe who you're not idolizing them, but if we're going to move forward, we got to find people who've already paved the trail so that we could perhaps go get there faster, but we also have ideas and skills and actions and mindset to do that. Whether it's weight loss or whether it's making more money, find the people that are doing better than you and surround yourself with those people because you'll learn from them, but also those people want to help you. So if somebody's sitting at home and they feel like, oh, it's hopeless, I'm never going to lose this 50 pounds or this 200 pounds, I help people all the time lose 100 to 200 pounds and keep it off. So they just have to go, okay, that Gina lady said she could help me. And just, find me on Facebook. Harris, if you want to just put in Gina Ruby Facebook. People private message. Yeah, they private message me all the time. And I love being that one person in their corner that says, I believe in you and I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Some people throw people in their life like that. So is that my website? Yeah. And
yep.
That's my website, but even more so because what I do is so relational and so personal. I love people. I love it when they just contact me on Facebook. I'm super public. I'm an open book. I'm married to a very private man. Poor guy. So you guys can find me anywhere and everywhere, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And I would say also, I say it all the time, joy is a choice. And people say, well, yeah, it's easy to do because you're happy and successful and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I coined that phrase, joy is a choice, when I was in my darkest days. And I told myself, Gina, you got to find one thing you're grateful for today, that you're joyful for. And I would, sometimes it was just one thing that could pop into my brain, but I wouldn't let myself off the hook till I had that one joyful, grateful thought. And the science studies show that when we smile, even when we're mad and sad and depressed, when we smile, it sends endorphins in our body. So when people say, well, I don't want to smile because that would be inauthentic and I don't want to be a fake, I'm like, smile anyway. Because the second you smile, you are giving your body endorphins that are out of your control. And that can help you get out of that doggone slump. So, and by the way, we named our boat Choose Joy. I got to get you out on that lane.
I know. We're going to have to do a mastermind on that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Invite.
And Harris, yes. The Choose Joy lane change. Because we want people to remember life gets pretty yucky and pretty crappy, and you can always choose joy. I've done it, and today I got my hair and my earrings on, but trust me, there are days where life is never always easy. There's stuff that's happening by us, to us, whatever, and you got to just rise above. It can be done, but people like this tribe of people that just seek out, man, and we can help you.
Yeah, exactly.
And what I did, everyone, I put Gina's Facebook in the comments, also her website. So if you guys want to get in touch with her, connect with her on Facebook, go to her site. If you have any questions, feel free. Gina's kind of been poking around all of our streams throughout the day, so I'm sure she'll keep, staying on our streams. So if you have any questions throughout the day, feel free, leave a comment. We appreciate any share you guys might want to give us. Yeah, and that's about it for Gina. Gina, do you have any parting words?
Yeah, well, I know you guys have been asking people what's their ask, and so I just ask you to contact me. I believe that there's always hope, and if I don't know the answers, I know a lot of people to connect people to. So it's my passion to help people live their God-given skills, strengths, abilities, and cry out to God. That's the foundation of my life. I know it's the foundation of Lane's life, and I'm here. I'm available. I'm a servant to you all.
Awesome. Very cool, Gina. Well, we're excited. You did an amazing tease for whatever you're going to be doing and partnering up with in a couple weeks. So circle back around once I'm sure you already know, but we're excited for you and however we can support you in that. Just let us know and continue moving forward. 'Tis a season to be joyful, and this is a great time of year. And so we appreciate you guys. Get the copy of this thing. Yeah, it's 99 cents. We're setting it at a price simply just to get the stories that are in the book. It has nothing to do with money. Okay, we'll we'll increase it tomorrow to make the money. Okay, no, just kidding. But seriously, the whole point
One
the whole
thing,
point
Lynn,
of
real
doing
quick.
this. Yeah, go ahead, Hars.
I've been getting a lot of messages saying, "Hey, I don't have a Kindle. I don't like reading online books. All this and that." That's fine. There's another version out there, this exact copy, that you can get for $9.99. Also, all of the co-authors in the book will have their own cover, just like lifeinthefastlanebook.com has. That's going to be available in a couple days right after our launch. But you can get this exact copy that I have in my hand for $9.99 if you want on Amazon. All we're asking for is a $6 download on the Kindle. Even if you don't have a Kindle, that download helps us and helps our rankings and helps everyone in the book because everyone is giving their time today for free. Everyone's trying to give you content and help your life. So if you can, just do a simple, favor for us, buy the book for $1. If you want that physical book, $9.99 on Amazon, you get this exact copy. If you want the book with Gina on the cover, with me on the cover, with Kevin on the cover, whatever you want, wait a couple days, get the dollar version today, wait a couple days, we'll send a message out, and we'll let you know when those books are out. The only way to know is to sign up for our email list, though. So if you scroll all the way down to lifeinthefastlanebook.com, there's a little sign-up sheet. Just sign up. You'll get all of our stuff. If we're spamming you or whatever, feel free to get off. Just stay up to date on the books. And that's all I have on the book. Thank you again, guys, for sharing, liking, commenting. We're still running the contest. So thank you, everybody.
Awesome, Gina. Well, we appreciate you spending a half an hour with us, and your chapter is amazing, and everything you're doing is phenomenal. So, guys, if you don't know Gina, reach out on Facebook. She's probably maxed out on friends, but send her a private message. And if you are looking to get in better shape, just reach out to her. Or if you know somebody who has a lot of times there's an ego involved in either not having money or being overweight. And sometimes you can hide behind that. So don't be afraid as a friend, to allow a friend to introduce that person to Gina and put your ego aside and allow yourself to reach what you're capable of and really become who you need. And it starts partly with being in good shape because then your pride will increase, your belief in yourself, your self-esteem all increases, and a lot of things trickle down from that. So Gina, we appreciate you and everything you're doing, and have an awesome holiday season as well.
Thank you. Thanks, Lane, for doing this.
Of course, my pleasure.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.